Understood the archetypes but need the clarity on how to use, apply them to actually improve the flow, arguments, and narration. Welcome to the session 2 of Archetypes of Essay, where we are on the line to utilize PYQ themes to build on the differential content and ensure that we are on a path to score high marks. Here we will talk about first two interrelated themes, which are of juxtaposition and synthesis, which can be a style of writing in other types of essays as well. So these two themes actually are related to the dialectics, the dichotomics, and the debates, which are a area of concern and focus, while the humanities, the knowledge, the philosophies, or how a life ought to be lived is discussed across the history of time and space. And the major conclusion or the most sensible solution of these debates or the tests of knowledge is we arrive at a synthesis and we ensure that there is a dualism of the contradictory or the juxtapositionary ideas that are present. To say it further, the scientific and romantic debate can also be highlighted as a rational versus emotional debate, and also it can be expanded to logic versus intuition wala debate. And it is actual reflection of how the subjectivity and the objectivity of a knowledge, of a test of argument or a test of spirit is being carried out. Similarly, when we talk about the wantlessness versus the materialism, we are actually discussing the debate around quality and quantity. We also ensure that the need and the want debate is actually ensured in highlighting the wantlessness and the materialism. Similarly, like the debate around moksha and vilasinta in Hindi can also be incorporated when we talk about having some discourses at our disposal to generate few of the dimensions. The debate of science versus religion needs actually no introduction, and it is actually directly a reflection or expansion of the scientific versus romanticism debate. But in addition to that, the factor of religion, where when the nisha says that god is dead and we don't require the religious tenets for the ethical principles, can also be included while discussing the scientificism or the topics which are related to rationality, technology, and etc. Similarly, when we talk about the individualism versus the collectivism, or the debates around law versus empathy, or the conscience versus law, these debates actually ensure that we are handling certain topics from individual as well as some collectivist perspectives. And in the extension of this is means versus end debates. Another thing is having focus on internal things versus the external factors. So what one feels within itself and how the external factors determine its own actions, reactions, attitudes, and the personalities is combination of both the internal strengths that the person have and also external factors which surrounds them. It also includes the capabilities, not only what it feels and believes in, but also material things like whether there is healthy life, there is quality life, whether there is skill exist or not, or whether basic needs are met or not. Similarly, the ideas of complexity and simplicity are also there. Like we can say that certain ideas are very simple, and at the same time there is complexity to certain things. If we like appreciate that, interlinked it, then we can use these debates across the topics to actually generate a different dimensions. Let me tell you how we can do. So let's say there was a 2024 topic on that there is no path to happiness, but happiness is the path. So path to happiness can be construed as an objective way to achieve happiness. It treats happiness as an end. It ensures that happiness is a something which is quantitative. However, when the topic mentions that happiness as a path, it means that it is a subjective, it is value based and internal. It is also means oriented, and path, it is something which is qualitative. So by having been known that such debates can exist in the discourse of knowledge or how the life is ought to be lived, we can actually use them in explaining, highlighting, generating styles, generating prose, generating narratives while answering the essays. Let me know how you actually felt about this approach. Drop your comment in the chat box and know how actually you will use it in rest of the other topics. Thank you.